Hello and welcome to Honey Disney Mummy. It's been quite a while since I last did a video. We have been on holiday. We went to Anglesey. We went around lots and lots of the ancient sites, the Neolithic mainly and Iron Age. Yeah, it was fantastic. Today I am doing a video on preparing for autumn, especially cooking. I love this time of year. It is my favourite time of year. This time of year there are plenty of things to go and pick. Here in the UK we have abundance of elderberries, blackberries, and if you're lucky enough, apples as well. We end up having an influx of these every single year. So I make pie filling, mainly apple based, but you can make pie filling out of near on any fruit. But my personal favourite to use is apples, because obviously we have a lot of apples. An easy pie filling to do is blackberry and apple. I will post a picture of this mix on Instagram, so follow me on Instagram, which is Honey Disney Mummy, same as on the YouTube. Nice and simple. Firstly, chop the apple, dice it up, not too small though, because you don't want it to fully disintegrate. Next, you want a pan and some brown sugar. I normally use it is a cup of brown sugar into the pie mix. And this will boil down and become like a treacle syrup, but you must put a dash of water with this as well. Mix the syrup up together, add the apples, add the blackberries, and then add a good mixed spice. You can buy mixed spice pretty much anywhere. Sprinkle that over the fruit and put the lid on a low setting, and keep an eye on it. Give it a gentle stir until the fruit is relatively soft, and I tend to take it out of the pan and put it in the slow cooker overnight. When you wake up in the morning, put the mix into freezer bags and label, and they tend to stay fresh for quite a long time. They will easily stay fresh for the autumn months ahead. So great way of making this filling. You can also change the filling slightly. I've personally done apple and elderberry. The difference being with apple and elderberry is that you have to squash the berries and boil them up before you add them to the apples, because they have a lot of pips in. You can also make a tincture out of elderberries, which is a way of warding off the coughs and the colds and keeping the vitamin C levels up. Firstly, I acquire an alcohol for the start of the tincture. Then I add sugar, spices and the berries, bubble it all up together and then strain it. I then put this mix back onto the heat and then reduce. Ooh, have a cup of coffee. Like my mug. It's a Hogwarts one. I love Harry Potter. This one's from Primark and was £5. But I just love it because of the little feet. Also, it looks a bit like a potion. Coffee. Another nice pie to make is pumpkin pie. Here in the UK it is becoming more fashionable to make pumpkin pies. Most people that I personally know haven't tried it, but you can acquire it. I personally use this. The purees, it's more flavourful. Don't use jack-o'-lantern pumpkins. They are a different type of pumpkin to what's used here. I personally think it tastes better with this type of pumpkin. It even says the recipe on the side of the pumpkin puree, and it is a really easy one to make. You can add this to the slow cooker with some flour and chocolate chips and eggs, eggs, and leave it in the slow cooker and it will make a sponge. I love to make soups and anything like that for my family. I love to use pre-made homemade meals that you can easily freeze and then get out at a later date. Another Honey Disney Mummy tip for autumn is continue to plan the hampers, the Christmas hampers, the Yuletide hampers, the winter hampers. Personally, I make infused alcohols for the hampers. I like to use a some form of alcohol base and then add the fruit to it with the sugar. I have started a blackberry and vanilla gin for this year's hampers. It is a mix of cheap gin, blackberries slightly squashed, add the sugar and mix that all up together and then pour into the bottles. Shake now and again to mix the concoction for about 3 months. Once the 3 months is up, strain the fruit contents out and put back into the bottle. You can add a nice tag or a ribbon for putting that in a hamper. And the good thing is with going out collecting fruit is you can take your children on some amazing walks. You don't necessarily have to go on a walk outside of town. I regularly walk around my home, which is in a small town, and I can easily find blackberries at this time of year. I even grow them in my garden. But yes, blackberries are easy to find, easy to make lots of things out of. You can make jams, liqueur, pies, crumbles, lots of things you can make lots of stuff out of. And blackberries tend to be free, and it's the same with the elderberries. I personally love the Kilner range of jars. These can be picked up from most places. These are the large jars. If you're preserving, say, oranges or pickling or things like that, this is for that use. Another nice thing to do if you are making a lot of pies and baking generally is make vanilla sugar. Just get some caster sugar, and as you can see, I've put a vanilla pod in there. You can cut one in half and put it in, or you can put a full one in. It's up to you. By the time I end up using them for crumbles and pies, this will be infused with vanilla, which gives another nice element to your baking, and so easy to do. Whilst going on woodland walks and foraging in general, look around for other things. Can you make decorations out of stuff? Can you dry it off and make decorations? I found these recently, and they're a pine cone. You could put a ribbon on the end with a pin, and you could hang that from the tree, or you could get a collection of them together and put them with some pot puree. Either way, this time of year, have a look around. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe to my Instagram if you would like to, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you. I am Honey Disney Mummy, and have a nice time foraging.